When I had my brain bleed in California, I moved up here because that's where I have all my friends and family.
Jaime rolls along a cracked up sidewalk in Pasco.
But then you have sidewalks like this, which to me is an embarrassment.
Like where I'm standing is on grass, where a sidewalk is supposed to be.
Chris uses a white cane to walk along a muddy path to a Vancouver bus stop. Other disabled people navigate the mud and walk in the street.
So when it's rainy, like Washington often is, it gets really muddy and hard to walk, so you almost feel like you're safer walking on the edge of the road.
In Spokane, Alco uses a white cane to navigate along the edge of a suburban neighborhood street that doesn't have sidewalks.
My worry is somebody's really zipping hell-bent for election and I don't get out of the way in time, you know?
Cody Shane in Chewelah pushes a trike along a sidewalk that is missing sections and filled with gravel.
Without transportation, people with disabilities become isolated, and when we become isolated, we become depressed.
Originally, I moved out to Edmonds because that's what my roommates and I could afford.
Erica crosses a suburban Edmonds street in her power wheelchair.
It means it taking an hour and a half, 2 hours to get anywhere that I need to go.
A person in a power wheelchair rolls over a cross street where the ramps are angled, so he has to go out into high-speed traffic. Another person, using a white cane, crosses a multi-lane road without crosswalks while a semi approaches.
We can't get across the street sometimes to get a bus or to get some food or some water because there's all these barriers in between.
Jamin in a manual wheelchair approaches an uneven, crumbling sidewalk in Port Orchard.
My trip to school takes me 2 hours.
Abby from Vancouver, holding a white cane and waiting at a bus stop, and then getting off a bus.
If I end up missing one of buses, it takes me around 3 hours.
Chris waits at the bus stop next to her apartment complex on Bainbridge.
I think buses and ground transportation should be something that is seen as anybody and everybody should use that.
A person in a manual wheelchair waiting at a crosswalk as a Pierce Transit bus drives past. Kat from Bremerton waits with her power wheelchair in the middle of the road for the bus. Her partner JR waits in the loose gravel with his service dog as the bus approaches.
I'd have all the sidewalks paved that are anywhere anybody can walk, including and especially bus stops.
Clayton rolls down the street with other young wheelchair users in the Friday Harbor 4th of July parade.
I'm looking forward to the day when we have some kind of transportation.
Cars speed past the tip of Zach's white cane as he stands on the edge of a busy rural road in Kingston.
You can make a lane wider for big trucks, or why can't you make a sidewalk for people who are traveling that don't have access to driving?
People like me shouldn't be an afterthought. Like, we are here, there's plenty of us, and we don't just want to stay cooped up in our houses because a curb cut is missing or there's roots growing and throwing off the sidewalk.
Tanisha rolls up to a missing curb ramp on her street in West Seattle. Another wheelchair user rolls over a giant crack in the sidewalk caused by a tree root.
And we don't want to be harassed in the street because that's our only option to be safer.
Tanisha weaves through the cars blocking the curb ramp as she tries to cross an intersection.
And those are things that are preventable, so we should prevent them.
Produced by the Disability Mobility Initiative.